Okay, Tim Charron here with Rockstarter.com, and I am joined via Skype with recording artist Dannie Marie. How you doing today?
Good, thanks for having us.
Thanks for being here. And that's your mom, right?
Yep, this is my momager, Miss Laurel.
All right, Miss Laurel. Well, thanks for being with us. What we're going to do first is we're just going to talk about your career. I know you guys from California. I believe it was the Temecula Balloon and Wine Festival.
Yep.
Right, you opened for Frankie Ballard and Justin Moore.
Yes. That was a blast. That was cool. And thanks for being at the show.
Yeah.
So, Dannie, your career. Why don't you just tell us about kind of what you've been doing, what some of the highlights of your career are, and then Laurel, you can just jump in with anything that you want to say, because we definitely want to talk to you about your role in helping out your daughter in this crazy music business.
Sure.
So I am just a girl from SoCal who started doing musical theater when I was really young. Then I went to a Carrie Underwood concert when I was about 13, and I fell in love with pop country music, and I decided whatever she was doing is what I had to do. So just from there, I started learning how to play guitar, and then really took songwriting seriously, started going to all kinds of conferences, including, Taxi and NSAI meetings, and then had a band for a couple years and played all around San Diego with my band. And then the latest is last August, we went to Nashville and recorded a new record at the 515 studio. And so what we're doing right now is we're releasing the first single from the record. It's called Anything I Want to Be. And I know my mom spoke with you a few months back when we were starting our radio tour, and so we've taken your advice, and we just did a California radio tour over spring break. We hit up about 10 or 12 stations, and it was really cool. There were two that could not because they got syndicated programs from elsewhere, but everybody else added my song to their rotation. And so we're really just doing it ourselves. We're getting radio airplay, and the next step is we are planning a Nashville, North Carolina radio tour where we will do the same exact thing. We will call the radio stations ourselves and set up the interviews, and DIY style.
DIY, I love it. Awesome. This is what we're going to do for everybody watching. We're going to do this in a couple of different cuts so that they aren't too long. So what I want to do is definitely talk a little bit more in detail about Taxi and NSAI and your whole radio tour and kind of how you guys put it together. But that's great. Let us know, number one, where people can reach you, where they can hear you, where they can buy your new album, which I listened to in the car the other day, and it was awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, anybody can visit DannieMarie.com, so it's DannieMarie.com. And this is if you go to my website, this is kind of what you'll see, this picture. This is what the record looks like. So, if you go to DannieMarie.com, or I know people sometimes prefer to go to iTunes. If you type in Anything I Want to Be on iTunes, there's my single right there.
Excellent. Okay, so Laurel, let me know what has been your highlight of Dannie's career so far.
Well, a highlight for me is just anytime I get to see my daughter perform. It's a lot of fun, and we've spent a lot of time going to industry events. Probably one of the highlights was a few years back when one of the songs that we wrote was chosen to be in a film that hasn't been released yet, but we got to be on set for a couple of days and watch somebody else lip sync the song that we recorded, and Dannie got to be actually in the band in the film, and so that was a lot of fun.
That is excellent. Congratulations. That's so cool.
Thank you.
All right, so everybody watching, do me a favor and go to DannieMarie.com, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to go to the second section, and we're going to cover some of the things that you guys have gone through and some of the steps you've taken to get where you are now. And we'll see you guys in part 2.